Welcome on my channel. Peace and blessings to everyone. So guys, today I'm going to discuss with you a short story about a person named Job. You all know Job, those who have read the Old Testament, that he was a very wealthy person and he used to live in Jerusalem. He has seven children, and he has a lot of wealth, and he was very much well respected in his society. It was also heard that he used to do a lot of. He was very generous and kind. He was very loyal to God. But one day, what happened is like that. God was in his kingdom, in his heaven, when he was sitting, and he was surrounded by his angels. What happened that day? Satan was also present during this at that moment. And what it was Satan, he was the devil. He was trying to provoke God. That was his job. You understand that he always goes to God and try to provoke God against the human being, telling all the lies about human being and showing to God that we are all evil. That is the work of devil, and he always tempts us. And when we fail the test, he goes to God and say and complain about us, telling that we are not truthful, we are not perfect, we don't love God. So all these things he complained to God. So at that day was also Satan present near God. So God is saying to Satan that, did you see Job? So he said, yeah. Do you think that he really loved me? Satan is got the impression that today is my opportunity. So he started telling God that, I don't think so, because he loves you, because you have given him everything. So God tests that. Is that so? Go and test that person, but don't kill him. So what happens? Satan went and he took all the money, all his wealth, everything, and he became poor. He became literally beggar. He lost all his wealth, his house, everything, and he was completely on the streets. And what happened above all that, his whole body was covered with some type of diseases. It was a skin disease, and he was scratching his diseases on that time. And his wife was telling on his in his from his back that, see, God doesn't love you, God is your enemy, God wants bad for you, that is why he has given so and so thing. So the more the days passed by, Job was getting very angry. So his relatives, his friend, everyone was against him completely. Nobody used to care about him. His servants also left him, and nobody gave any kind of respect. He became more angry and vulnerable and frustrated, both at the same time. And he was accusing God very harshly, sort of abusing God. So one day, one of the three person one day came to him, and it was probably three friends of Job came. And when they saw his condition, they were feeling very sorry for him, and they tried to console him. But he was complaining very much harshly towards his friend, saying that, God does not love me, he is my enemy. He was asking God that, why do you need attention, why are you seeking fault in me, what have I done to you? I have praised you all the time, I have been righteous, I have been generous to all the people, I have never looked lustfully at any woman. But he was accusing very much. At that time, his friends was trying to console him, and they were trying to tell him that not to speak evil about God, because he is almighty, so you can't say all those things to God. But he was not listening to him. So he's saying that, who cares if he is almighty? If he would have almighty, then he would have not done this thing to me. I know very much that he is powerful, he can do anything he want. That's why he is doing all those things to me. But I cannot blame him anymore, I cannot curse him, because he is God, and whatever he wish, you can do to me. It's rather that I die instead of living the way right now I am in. So his friend is trying to say that, if you are cursing God so and so like this way, but try to understand this very well, that God always punishes the wicked. So he is saying, when he punishes the wicked, then when I was doing good, why he kept his eyes closed, why he was not listening to me, or why he didn't listen the prayer I was praying for so long. Why he does not listen to the honest people, but instead of that, he always gives comfort and security to the people who are, doing evil things. So his friend is saying that this comfort which the evil people are getting in their life, these are very, the evil things, one who is doing one sort of evil things in his life, these are very short lived. Because if you do some kind of evil thing, God is watching you. Don't think that he's not watching you. And day after day, when he is seeing you, one day your evil thing will be exposed near the entire world or your community, depending on how powerful you are and what your position in the society is. But you cannot hide. Your evil thing will not hide. You will be not in darkness. One day it will come out. So he is saying that, again he is saying that I cannot see. So I cannot believe that. If is that so, I have always praised God, I have always loved God, I have always done good things to other people, I have been generous. What about that? Why still he does bad thing to him? Why he is seeking some kind of fault in small human beings, in us? What he will get from us? We are a weak entity. So being like that, after he realized that he is superior to us, he still wants false in us. Then the three friend of Job, again they started saying that, understand one thing, God is, again they are saying that if you are thinking that God punished you, it is not, because God's wisdom is larger than you. He always watching you. And understand one thing, the evil thing, that those who are evil, those who are wicked, their whatever wealth they got or accumulated throughout the whole life, one day all of those wealth will be taken away from them. If you born any kind of wealth by wicked means, you cannot enjoy this wealth ever, never in your life. You see that many people over here in this world, those who are doing in this evil things, you will find that these people are very wealthy. I'm not talking about every rich people, I'm not talking those who are, but those who are becoming rich by evil means, those you will see that they are always going through some kind of stress, tension, and they probably won't able to enjoy their wealth, because they always have this panic of, somebody will come and kill me, somebody will come and take away my wealth, someday somebody can kill me because of my wealth. They don't trust their friends, they don't have any confidence, they don't trust their family, nothing, nobody, and they become completely mentally sick. So do you think this is the way you want to live in this world? God might have probably given you everything, but this is not the way. So the evil people will always mentally struggle in their life, they will never find peace. That is why if you are thinking that God punished you because you have done something, it is not that so this argument took place for quite a long time. They tried to console him by telling that what God can do for the evil, what God can, how he punishes the evil, how he give rewards to the to the righteous person. But suddenly another person came, and he was full of wisdom of God. He said that when he's saying that I'm seeing the conversation between you, Job, and this streamer person for quite a long time, and I thought that I will get some time to say something, but since you all have finished talking, so right now I can speak the truth. This is not the wisdom of God that you are speaking. The fourth person which came there, he was very much younger than the three of his friends. So he told the three friends of the Job that whatever you are speaking, that is not the wisdom of God, because you are saying that it's that God punishes the evil, God rewards the righteous person. But understand one thing, he directly looked into Job's eyes, and he said that you are telling God that you are my enemy and you are all and these things. Tell me if you are truthful, tell me one thing, that when you are saying that I am perfect, I am innocent, I never harmed anybody, how could you know that you are innocent? How do you know that you have never done any kind of bad? So do you think that you have done or you have been righteous throughout your life, you have done, justice to every human being. There was a man and there was a woman who asked you for one day for a help, but you didn't help. You are saying that you help, you worship God, everything, but how come you know yourself that you are clean? How does this validation, you are validating yourself, saying that I have done all things, I am perfect? That means you are somebody who is who is very proud and who is bragging about himself. So because when the Almighty has done everything for you, you are not giving any credit to the Almighty. When He gave everything to you, you enjoyed every moment. When He gave every kind of wealth, happiness to you, that time you never complained. But when He took everything from you, now that time you are accusing Him, telling them He is an evil person, He is a cunning person. So if you enjoyed that moment, why don't you think, why don't have that faith in God that if He took away something from you, He will give it back to you, will return it from you? You are not talking, your ego is talking, your pride is talking, because you are thinking that whatever I am doing, that is correct. But no, in God's eyes you are not correct. Those who tell that I am doing the right thing, suppose you are doing something, giving something to the poor people, you are doing something, you are giving food to somebody, you are helping a community, you are doing all the good works, but still we are human beings. Understand one thing, every time we cannot be perfect. Even Jesus has done so many good things for us. He healed the sick, He has healed the poor people, He have done every good work. Still He was called a sinner by those people to whom He has healed. So do you think that we can call ourselves a perfect? We are triple sinner. Do you understand what I'm saying? That understand that we cannot be perfect. We cannot say we can we are perfect, because it can happen that when you are helping somebody, some of the people are benefiting from your help and they might praise you and give thanks to you, but there are some certain people who might not be truthful. They might not like you, that the good thing that you are doing, somehow they will never praise you. So that is a whole different scenario. But it is the main point, what I am trying to tell is like that when you are trying to do something good, do not brag about yourself. Do not say that I have done so many. This is like the chief priest and the Pharisee, where used to do something good for the people, then used to brag about themselves. They accuse God of everything. But don't you understand that whatever you have got till now in your life, everything that comes from the source, that is from God. You didn't create any of the thing with your own hand. So how can you today accuse God? Then Lord came from the heaven, and Lord directly talked with Job, telling him that, Job, I have heard everything you have, you have complained against me. You are saying me that I am an evil one. I have caused every sort of problem to you. Did you ever think that I have created this universe by my own? I have created this earth, this heaven, this bird. Were you with me from the very beginning when I created this universe? Were you with me at that time? Because when I created everything on this whole earth, I did it, I use all my wisdom and knowledge to create everything in this world. Do you have this wisdom within you? Can you feed the bird which is flying over here in this earth? But I have got this responsibility. When all the birds are flying, I have the responsibility to feed them. Can you feed any bird there are so many birds in the nature. Can you feed each and every single bird? I have made an ostrich, but what does this ostrich do? This bird is like a dumb. When they hatch their eggs, and after that they forgot, they hatch their hatch the eggs on the sand, and they completely forgot that it's the egg is theirs, and they run away from that places without giving birth to his children, to the little birds. He was actually, ostrich is considered as a dumb bird. Is a very stupid, but he can run faster, very faster, that you can imagine. Within a blink of an eye he can fast. So he told Job that, I made that bird dumb, I made that bird walk faster. When you see the horse is running, you see that during the battle time, during the race course, everywhere you will see that the horse is always prepared to run, fight in type of war. In the previous day also, when people used to go for a war on the back of a horses, what the horses does, when the trumpet blew, they run like a wind. Right now they don't have any fear and nothing. They don't think about that if I go into this war I'm gonna die on all these things, but they used to run. So God is saying that I created this creature full of bravery and courage, so that they can run, they can fight any situation without any fear. So again he said that I made this whole ocean, I made this earth, I created this plant, this everything, the sun. I always maintain this, I through my knowledge and wisdom, I actually know when to give rain to this certain place, when to give wind, or when to give snow to this place. I have all this calculation. So I am actually taking the responsibility of the entire universe, because I have created him, I have created me. When you get tempted by the devil, do you have the ability to cast the devil out from your life? Can you cast the devil in your own name, or whatever word you use, anything? Can you cast the devil which is always tempting you? You cannot. If you can cast the devil by your own hand, I will give back, I will completely agree with you that you are powerful. But can you cast the devil which is always 24/7 is tempting you? You cannot. You have to take my help. So God is saying that when those things I have done in this universe, tell me one thing that you can do. Can you give the always keep close on each and every people on this universe? Can you keep an eye on every people on this universe, giving justice to each and every people who is doing wrong, who is doing right? Because what happened is that I can see what is happening in this universe, the good and the bad, but until and unless the day will come, I won't take any action. But I am keeping my I am keeping my mouth shut. I am observing everything, but I never talk, because I am observing everything. I speak through my action, because I know when the time will come, that person will be give justice according to his good or according to his bad. But can you give the justice to each and every human being? Behind everything that I have created in this universe, I have a purpose, I have a knowledge. Even something bad is happening in somebody's life, in maybe suddenly somebody's death is happening in a family, maybe early death or something like that, then also I've seen people blaming that, and this is, I understand that's very hurtful. But understand one thing, God has a plan. Nothing happens without a reason. If you think that why my life is today was going great, suddenly why God disrupted my life, what is the thing? God is saying that I have every reason behind that. If you have got that much wisdom and knowledge to understand my depth, then today I will surrender myself and give my position to you. So can you handle everything which I handle day to day in each and everyday life? Then Job was saying that when he heard that all these things from the God, he was very much feeling sorry and sad for him. He told God that I'm feeling very ashamed that what you have done, you have told me right now. I never gave a thought like that. My view is very narrow. My way of thinking is very, conservative way of thinking. I cannot thought everything with a, in a liberal way, in a more free way. I never I never try to conclude, or never try to see the entire picture. Okay, so God is saying that, so what do you think, what is your decision? So he cried in front of God, and he was very much sorry for what he said to God. And God again told to that three friends of Job that you are equally, you also are equally have done wrong. Why? So when his friends asked, so God is saying that instead of talking about his wisdom, instead of talking the wisdom about the God, instead of pointing out that what is right and what is wrong, what wrong he has done, you are talking about God punishes the evil, God punishes evil this way and all those things. But you are not helping your friend to take accountability of his own, of his own fault, of his own mistake. You are not helping your friends to take accountability of his own mistakes, and rather than that, you are talking about what is good, what can God do or not do, who God curse and who God not curse. You are talking in the lame manner. But what is the word about taking the accountability, responsibility for your own action? What, you never talk about that. You never talk about that wisdom, the knowledge that God shares with each and everybody, because you don't have that wisdom. You are not seeking God's wisdom. You are only telling about the superficial things, which a man, it is not necessary to know every time what God can do, whether God punishes the evil or not. Because let me tell you one thing, in New Testament, that you will see that Jesus has said, vengeance is mine, I will repay. Why he said that? The judgment is in his hand, not in our hand. So we cannot judge or curse any people, or neither we can take revenge for any of our others people action. We can forgive that people, but justice is in God's hand. So what is our duty? Our duty is just to follow what God tells us, to change our way of reacting and responding to people, to change our negative behavior, the way we interact with ourselves, and also the way we negatively interact with other people. These things we have to change, bring a change from inside. Not, we are not here to change other people. When we will learn that, the change, when we will start taking the accountability of or responsibility of our own action, that day you will see that entire thing has changed surrounding you. Because that day you will realize, or you will understand the difference between the right and the wrong, and this way you can take action in your own life. If that time also, that if troubles come in your life, if challenges comes in your life, you are ready to fight those challenges, because right now, because you are following God and following his teachings, and you are well behaved, well disciplined, you are following a life, godly life, you are praying to God, loving God, having faith in God, and whatever God has told you to do, you are following all his instruction. So that day onwards, nobody can distract you. Because understand one thing, challenges and temptations will come in your life, but the thing is, the more you obey God's instruction and will realize your own mistakes, and the change happen from when you understand your own mistake with the wisdom and knowledge from the God. You ask in prayer from God about the wisdom and the knowledge, so that you can understand why the mistakes are happening or repeating in your life, and where you need to change instead of blaming other people. When you take this accountability in your life, then you are going to see that lots of positive changes are happening. Then you will be able to take any kind of decision during any trials or any frustrating situation in your life. That is what God was trying to tell Job, that instead of taking the responsibility about your own action, instead of understanding very well that when I created this universe, when I took the responsibility of this entire universe, you never had faith in me. You might have tried to you might have always tried to please me or loved me. He's not rejecting those things, but he said that you didn't have that faith in me when I took everything from you. You didn't had that faith in me when I gave everything to you, and if I took every things from you, I can again give you back those things. But in a moment of second, you lose the faith. That means you never loved me from your heart. Even if you loved me, you didn't have faith that when I took something from you, I can again give you back. He was just testing him to see what his reaction is. But Job failed at that point, and he tried to accuse God of everything. Then Job said that since your friend was unable to make you understand the true wisdom of the God, or they were unable to understand what is you are lacking in your life, what today onwards you will pray for your friends to deliver them from their mistakes. So what Job did, that he prayed to God for his friends, because these friends, the three friends of him, for their mistake. And God showed mercy to his friend and also to the Job. And what he did, above all, they did whatever he took from Job, his wealth, his money, his children, everything that was been taken from him, he gave back tenfolds. And what happened, like after that, Job again became prosperous. He has his own land, but which the God has given him more than what he previously used to have. So understand, and that is why I'm telling you very well, those who are losing their hope, this is a wicked generation, this is a wild generation. I'm telling you, wherever you will keep your eyes in this world, you will always find negative people, negative talk, negative comments everywhere you goes, whether in social media or whether in from the people's mouth. But keep in mind that when you are surrounded by so many negativity in this whole world, your only hope is Jesus Christ. You keep following him, you keep loving him, and have faith. This is the very important thing. Faith comes when you love God from your heart. We try to understand what he is trying to say. Go through the Bible, read the scriptures, and what he is trying to say. Try to understand him, and faith is very important. It's not like Job, when if you have got something previously in your life, right now, if you have lost everything from your life, you need to keep hope. He is the controller of the universe. He is controlling the entire universe because he has created it. He is the decision maker. So if he is seeing you that you are lacking something, he must have taken those things from you, because there is some mistakes in you that you are overlooking. But he is our God. He created us. He knows everything, how we are, how we interact, what we eat, everything from our head to toe. He knows everything about our life, about what's happening inside our mind, our heart. So you can overlook, your parents can overlook, your family, friends, everybody can overlook, but he never overlooks. If he has taken something from you, there is some point of time you need to look at within yourself. Maybe you have done some kind of mistakes that for which you have not taken the responsibility, you have not put any kind of effort to rectify those mistakes in your life. That is why right now you are in that position. When you completely rectify every mistake and follow the path of God and understand, that is the main thing. When you ask God to give your wisdom and knowledge, and when you understand with his wisdom and knowledge the mistakes that you have made in your life, understand, and you follow according to the God instruction, believe me, you will get tenfold. This is a story probably, and I'm not saying that if you are rich then you will again something will happen. But understand, maybe what you have done in your past, that was not an authentic way, that was not an honest attempt in your life. That's why you are suffering mentally right now. You are mentally or emotionally, everywhere you are suffering. You are not doing well in your life. There is some kind of mistakes you might have done. So take the accountability instead of blaming others people whenever temptation comes. And if it's getting impossible or out of control for this, our only hope is Jesus Christ. Because it can happen when you go to your friends, family, they will not understand your situation. They will not understand that whatever you are saying, that will